right, and good afternoon, North Texas. Here's a look at your Dallas skyline. Beautiful, but summer afternoon in terms of those temperatures, because this is going to be one of the hottest days we've seen so far this month and even so far this year for some locations, as some areas may be into the upper 90s. So that's a look at your Dallas skyline camera. Beautiful sunny skies out there, but it's not going to do the best in terms of highlighting what those temperatures are doing this afternoon. So here's a look at what we got with that afternoon forecast. If you hear that little jingling, that's my co-forecaster, Chase the weather dog, itching. And here's a look at what we got for those afternoon temperatures. So today, one of the warmest days we've seen so far this season, and even for some areas so far this year, as we're going to be mostly into the upper 90s area wide. A couple areas maybe a little bit cooler, especially further to the north. Otherwise, very warm afternoon, also humid. So if you're working or having prolonged activities outside today, make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Get indoors and enjoy some of the AC from time to time. The other thing too, stay hydrated. And for your pets as well, don't walk them on the surfaces this afternoon. It's going to be way too hot for their little paw pads. Make sure that they also have plenty of water accessible. That's a look at what we've got for the North Texas forecast. Zooming into DFW, same thing, between 96 to maybe, possibly, some areas close to that 99-degree mark. So warm today, to say the least. Overnight tonight, another warm and humid start to the day. We're talking right around the mid to the upper 70s for your morning lows tomorrow morning. Zooming into the DFW metro area, anywhere, I'd say between 73 to 76 degrees is expected with those temperatures. And then we got some rain chances sandwiched between us. So we're not expecting any sort of rain chances today. But of course, I can't rule out maybe one or two of those little pop-up isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two, but certainly nothing that's going to last super long. And, you know, in all honesty, there's a chance that we see maybe one or two pop-ups. There's a chance that we stay completely dry and see nothing. So we'll have to just be watching the radar from time to time. But if you have those outdoor plans, don't worry about it. I know it's summer. We've got lots of stuff going on. There's lots of things to do here in North Texas. We've got Six Flags. We've got all sorts of stuff. We've got all sorts of museums, getting to see downtown, Fort Worth, Dallas. Whatever you're doing today, make sure that you're taking care of yourself from the heat. Don't overly worry about it. Enjoy the outdoors, but take heat precautions, and maybe from time to time just be mindful if the skies look to be changing pretty rapidly, looking like some rain. There may be some rain on the way. In fact, some of us could pick up an additional 1/10 of an inch or so. So like we said, we're not expecting widespread activity, or really not a whole lot of activity in general. If it does develop, maybe some brief heavy rainfall, but certainly nothing that's going to cause some major issues today. Here's a look at that severe weather risk. Nothing to highlight today, so we can just kind of zoom past this and zoom into North Texas. Same thing, nothing to talk about there. Here's a look at the regional radar for today, and notice up to our north, we have a couple different boundaries and systems that are moving through the area. So it's enough that it's causing some rain chances further behind me, and that's near Knoxville, Tennessee, Chattanooga, Memphis, some of those locations out there. And then between Kansas and Nebraska, there's also a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms, as you can see already occurring by the midday. And then one of these systems is eventually going to make its way into our neck of the woods, and that's going to lead to some cooler temperatures. In fact, that's going to arrive by the time we get to, I'd say, mid to late week, because those temperatures, by the time we get to Wednesday, they're going to go from 98 down to roughly the lower 90s. So with that, we got some cooler temperatures on the way. Still going to be warm, so we're not talking, 90s and then going down into the 70s, but there will be a cool down on the way, where it's not necessarily going to feel like June. And then by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, daily rain and thunderstorm chances re-arrive to the area, and that may be something to keep an eye on. Not necessarily for severe weather or anything like that, but daily rain and thunderstorm chances during summer. I know we got people that are planning to do things outside. Don't want that to be disruptive. So we're keeping an eye on it. We'll let you know the very latest. And of course, stay tuned to Weather 225 throughout the week. If you like our media and forecast, be sure to support us today on Patreon. You can advertise with us this storm season and throughout the year. Contact us today for availability and pricing. Weather 225 since 2015.